my name is Sarah Freeman, one part of the Freeman trio. I totally just almost went into kids' arthritis mode just then. There is myself, and there's my husband Brett Freeman, and Marshmallow, our white, fluffy, locked-eared, blue-eyed buddy, who totally thinks he's a human sometimes. Did you just see the door move behind me? It's because his snacks are in the bathroom and I've got the door closed so that we don't have to look at, you know, the vanity and everything while I'm filming. Today's video, I wanted to talk about a time that we spent in Mount Gambier. Now, when we were in Mount Gambier, well, first of all, we were wondering why God was keeping us on the border of South Australia, Victoria, and South Australia and New South Wales, right, for such a long time. Well, one, you can cross the border, right? You couldn't go across the border. They kept us in and you had to fill out cross-border forms and stuff like that. But a lot of people who thought we were like moving out of our house into a caravan to go on a big long trip somewhere were wondering why we were staying so close, going to places we'd already been to. You know, little did they know the actual purpose of what we were doing. But anyway, so we ended up in a town called Mount Gambier. It's one of, I think it's like the second biggest rural city now in South Australia because Mount Barker is overtaking it very rapidly. We were there and we were in a caravan park. I have been to Mount Gambier lots of times before, so did my husband, but I had particularly remember this caravan park for being really noisy because you're right next to the main road. And I remember getting out of the car, as I often do when God puts us in caravan parks that are close to main roads, and going, why, Jesus, why? Why, Jesus, why? Okay, that's fine. I don't, you know, your will, not mine. Anyway, we were there. And as I've said before in other videos, Marshmallow has like this connection with Jesus that I just don't understand, that like fully understand because I'm not a bunny, that if he gets out of his pen or jumps out of the caravan, it's because like, and he goes somewhere and he doesn't come out, it means 9 times out of 10 that I need to actually physically talk to the person that is in that place where Marshmallow is hiding. So this particular time we just spent 2 nights in a campground that Marshmallow couldn't go outside of. It was a national park, so you couldn't actually go out, he couldn't go outside, so he had to stay in the caravan. And so he was really, really eager to get outside. And so we were setting up the van and I'd left the door open because that's what I do, because Marshmallow doesn't normally jump out of the caravan. Like, he's trained, do not jump out of the caravan. This particular time, left the door open, was setting up the caravan, come back, where's Marshmallow? Listening for his bell, You might be able to hear it right now because he's cleaning himself. And I heard it, and then I saw him, and I was like, oh no, Marshmallow has gone underneath the caravan of the lady next door to us. And it was a low caravan and it looked like she'd been living there for quite some time. Now I knew that it was a female just because of the setup and stuff. And I was like, oh no, okay. So Marshmallow's under the caravan and I'm like trying to get him and I'm going, Marshmallow, come out, Marshmallow. And so he comes out, but he runs underneath of her car, which is next door, like right next door to the caravan. And then he runs underneath the caravan again. Then he runs underneath the car and runs underneath the caravan. He's constantly running backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. And I'm just trying to catch him because I'm trying to set up the caravan. And I'm like trying to catch him, but I knew, as always, as Marshmallow does, is that I knew that I would need to, speak to the person inside the caravan. The little voice in my head said, Marshmallow's not coming out from under there until you talk to the lady in the caravan. So I remember she had one of her windows open, so I walked up to the window and I said, hello, nothing to worry about. My rabbit is just currently underneath your caravan, but it's totally fine. She probably thought I was weird because I said, my rabbit is under your caravan. Just my rabbit, and you're in a caravan park, is under your caravan. So she comes outside and she's got a broomstick. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't work on Marshmallow. Like, you can't just get a stick like another bunny and kind of like push him out. That's just not how it works. Anyway, so I'm just like, no, it's all good. Like, he'll just come out by himself, but I just wanted to let you know that my rabbit is underneath your caravan. And so if you have a dog, just to keep it inside. And she's like, yeah, I've got a couple of dogs. So she left them inside. And we're just having a chat. We're just talking. She's like talking about life. She's talking about what she does. She's talking about her job and talking about how she's come to live in a caravan. She's just talking, right? To me, it felt like she hadn't talked to somebody in a very long time, that nobody had actually shown any type of interest in her for a while. So we are talking for longer than a normal conversation would be. And as we're talking, Marshmallow runs out from underneath the caravan, straight over to our caravan, and jumps inside. See what I mean? Sometimes Marshmallow just seems to have this other connection with Jesus that I don't understand, because I'm not a rabbit, that he'll just get out from somewhere, get out of his pen, get out of the caravan and run somewhere and doesn't come out until I talk to the person. I ended up having a great relationship with that lady that was next door to us. I would be out putting the clothes on the clothesline and she'd say g'day and stop and have a chat, or we'd be sitting outside and she'd say hello, and I could really see that our presence next to her actually made a big difference in her life. And so that was a wonderful thing to have. So just another story of what it's like living on the road with the Freemans. God bless, and I'll see you for another episode.